Hi guys, hope you're doing well today. This is Fred and Sheila with Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures and FS Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. You look in the background there and get an idea of what this video is about if the thumbnail didn't tell you already, but that's Mr. Doug Harless. Been a while since we discussed or talked about Mr. Harless. We got sidetracked on the Johnny Edgerton case, and we've been on that for quite a while. Not that we haven't been keeping up with Mr. Harless's case, what there is of it that's out there. Guys, first I want to I made a video the other day on the Kentucky State Police and how they'd lowered their standards to from a 2-year college degree down to a GED. I've got a couple of comments from people about GEDs. You missed the point on the video, people. The point wasn't about GEDs or belittling anybody on a GED. The point was that the state police had gone from a 2-year degree requirement down to a high school diploma, down to the last time they advertised was a GED. Now, we know that a GED and a high school diploma are equivalent, but that's the way that it was once advertised, gone from 2-year degree to high school diploma, from high school diploma to even to a GED. Take that up with the state police. Look at their website from about 5-6 years ago. Look at their advertisements. Look at their requirements. That's not Fred McCoy. That's what my complaint was, is that the fact that they had lowered their standards, that they'd lowered their standards from 2-year college down to a high school diploma. I'm not worried about the GED, that they lowered their standard. Instead of increasing their standards, they increased the pay. Starting pay for Kentucky State Police is now $65,000, if I'm not mistaken. They hired the pay and lowered the education requirement. Guys, back to Doug Harless. So if I hurt anybody's feelings, I'm sorry. That's what
you didn't mean to.
She's kicking my
imply anything. You were just talking.
Nothing intentional.
Right.
Guys, Doug Harless was killed. Some say murdered. We'll never know. We will never know the truth. We'll never know if Doug Harless come to his house with a gun. We'll never know what those officers saw because there was no body camera. We know what they can say and what they probably are saying, and very well could be the truth, what they're saying. But if you're a skeptic, if you're one of these people out there that's lost faith in people and agencies and departments, and if that's you, then there's nothing short of a video that we're ever going to believe what they tell us, because they can tell us anything. That doesn't make it true. We may find out eventually whether they went to the wrong house to serve a warrant and went to the wrong house by mistake. Didn't matter if Doug had a firearm. He's in his own home. Didn't matter if he had it in his hand when he's coming to the door, when somebody's breaking his door down. We don't know. We did read a article May the 5th, I think it is here, and where they're talking about December of 24 on Van Zant Road, the shooting. 61-year-old Doug Harless was shot and killed. We know that much is true.
Right.
We know that happened.
Right. They went to his house over some stolen items.
Weed eater.
Yeah.
Stolen weed eater. The person here says he's been in contact with the Kentucky State Police, who have performed a thorough and detailed investigation since the shooting. Where's it at? Where's this thorough and detailed investigation at? It's almost 7 months, guys. It's almost 7 months. How? 7 months and still going? 7 months and not a word about this man or what happened to him or thorough investigation.
I feel sorry for his little family.
This is to include numerous interviews, submission of physical evidence for forensic testing,
Mm-hmm.
consultation with the medical examiner. Okay. Okay, how long does it take in a case like this with the publicity that it has received to get this stuff done? Numerous interviews. Okay, you've got 10 or 12 officers there, whatever you've got. That's your interviews. You've interviewed them. Submission of physical evidence. What evidence? They said that Doug had a gun, wasn't fired. They said, I think there was a holster, they said. Because, see, some of this stuff, the way I remember it, wasn't mentioned until several days later. I think it was a couple of days later, at least, maybe in several, that it was mentioned all of a sudden that, oh, he had a gun in his hand. That's why they fired. Forensic testing, consultation with the medical examiner. What, medical examiner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Well, okay, he shot 4 times, 6 times, 8 times. Ever how long many times he shot here, here, and here. Here's your report. Okay, how long does that take?
Are they saying it because where they're reviewing everything to make sure it all matches, maybe?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
At this stage, much of the work has been completed. I certainly hope so. I'm reading you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you're like a lot of people out there, and that's
Okay,
great.
that's good.
That's what I like about us, because you've got yin and yang. You've got hostile and sweet. You've got tell it like it is and try to be nice and polite, politically correct. 2 different people here. But there's people out there that thinks the same thing. Maybe they're doing their best.
No, what I'm saying is why are they reviewing the autopsy report? I mean, it wouldn't have changed or nothing, so I don't understand all that. That's what I'm saying.
Are they? You're reading a statement, babe.
Mm-hmm.
You're reading something that somebody's wrote. Does that make it true? See, some people are so gullible that when they read something or they hear somebody on TV say something, they say, oh, okay, they're gullible. How many times can you read something? How many times can you review something? How many times can you submit stuff for evidence for examination?
Okay.
Forensic findings, interviews, and finalized autopsy are underway. Testing of the autopsy 7 months ago. The autopsy was done the next day.
Mm.
You have to wait 14, 16 days, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks at the most for your drug testing, for your anything like that. But 30 days, 60 days. Guys, this is almost 7 months later.
Yeah.
Important to understand, while we recognize the community's desire for answers, the timeliness as a result is second to their completeness and accuracy. The ultimate goal is an investigation that is clear, thorough, fully representative of the facts. That's what we all want. How long does it take for that? Does it, like that movie where that woman was fixing those grits and says, does your grits?
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it take longer for this investigation than it would for another? We don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
As a police officer, I've seen charges, grand juries convene a whole lot faster for bigger cases. All of a sudden, we got to make sure it's thorough and right. We all want that. That's what everybody wants in this case.
Sure.
And if these agencies actually wanted that, then wouldn't it have been wise to have cameras? Isn't it wise to have body-worn cameras, especially when the law requires it? Look how body-worn cameras could have cleared all this up, because you just throw the video out there.
Release the video and then everybody would know, yeah.
Appropriate prosecuting attorney, and if deemed warranted, The matter will be presented to the grand jury. Oh, I hope it's presented to a grand jury. Surely it's going to be presented to a grand jury.
Yeah.
And I hope that grand jury is... Guys, it's Fred and Sheila.
That's all the updates we have, basically.
We have did videos or done videos on Mr. Harless, on the search warrant, on the addresses, on many different things when this case first come out. And we were confident that people there would in charge, and we were hoping they would hold the state police and London PD's feet to the fire, and they would pursue it and convene a grand jury. And so we look at this, the longer this is looking like a case that myself and my Hatfield partner in Pike County had. I feel you. But it is. It is. We had a FBI agent. We'd turned the sheriff in and others for drug dealing and protecting drug dealers and different things. And FBI agent we turned him into happened to kill his informant, killed his girlfriend, got her pregnant, and killed her. And so his wife wouldn't find out. They sent him off to Miami, transferred him. So it was all over with. They gave the case to the state police. We didn't want the state police. That's why we went to the FBI, because we knew the state police was connected with our sheriff. We knew he was connected, well connected. And that's all we had, though. We had to take the state police, and they sent a state trooper in there that he's also from Harlan County, just like Doug Asher. He come in there and said he'll get to the bottom of it. Well, 5 years later, he finally retired while he's asking for a grand jury. Asked for a grand jury. I sent and got that report from the state police, over 1,000 pages years ago. I wrote a couple of books on it, more like diaries, because we lived it.
Yeah.
And state police or the detective wrote, like I said, it's a 1,000-page report. He asked the Attorney General's office to convene a grand jury, asked the Commonwealth Attorney in Pikeville at the time, convene a grand jury, went on and on and on and on. Finally, he retired. Now, there were some people along the way that resigned. There was a couple of judges that was convicted on federal level, different level, where they took it to a different court, different grand jury. Is that what's going to happen here? Are we going to let people die off? A lot of those people died. What's the deal here? I mean, we're not rocket scientists, we'll grant you.
Exactly.
These people on these Lowell County pages and London pages, these people that's justice for Doug Harless, none of us is claiming to be rocket scientists. We're claiming to just want the truth. We want to know what happened. That could be our family member, your family member, prosecutor's family member, state police's family member. It's okay. I read a thing earlier where somebody said, back to blue until it happens to you. And that's a good saying. I like that. Back to blue when they're right. Let's back the blue and the gray and the brown when they're right and they're honest and they're legal. But when they do things they shouldn't do, we shouldn't back them. Back them until it happens to you. If that was your brother, your uncle, your dad, might feel differently about this case. You might be wondering, no wonder everybody's so upset. No wonder everybody's wanting
Justice.
Yeah. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
Wanting to know something.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Speak up. I'm not cutting you off a while ago. You make some good points, and I wanted them to hear your opinion, because you give the opinion. My opinion's made up. I can't always speak my opinion because she'll kick me or pinch me or
ratting me out again. There you go.
No, I appreciate it. She keeps me grounded, because otherwise I'd get on here and tell you how I really feel. I'd tell you how this is probably going to turn out. I don't even have a crystal ball. I can probably tell you how this case is going to turn out. May make a video when we get off here in a minute and put the day's date on it, and I'll tell you how it turns out. And then when it turns out like that, I'll play the video holding up the calendar for today and show you I was right.
That's a good idea.
But for me to say that, it's going to be bad mouthing people. So let's let them prove me wrong. I'm hoping they prove me wrong. I'm hoping we get justice for Doug.
Exactly.
I'm hoping ever who was responsible is held accountable. Ever who was in charge, ever who done whatever they done that they shouldn't do, while one officer shot, while the other 4 or 5 didn't. One officer felt it was a threat, the others didn't.
Well, there was a lot of mistakes made in this from the get-go, sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, because papers weren't filed.
Well, what's that old saying, Sheila, about the web we weave?
What a web you weave when you first practice to deceive.
Yeah. Are we getting that? Are we getting a web? Is this a web that somebody's tried to, and they're trying to go at it at every different angle to clear this person, clear that person, clear? Guys, sometimes you got to let the chips fall where they may. Sometimes if somebody overreacted and somebody shot an innocent man, you got to let it fall where it may fall.
Let it play out.
If somebody went to the wrong address and they're in charge and they took a bunch of men with guns to the wrong address and got excited because they kicked somebody's door in and met somebody with a gun, they got to be accounted for. Mistakes happen. Accidents happen.
Sure.
That doesn't mean negligence is not involved. That doesn't mean carelessness or recklessness was not involved. In this line of work, you can't make mistakes. You can't be so gung-ho to go out here and let's get this person for that person to show what we can do. And I've got a case. I've got a case that I can relate to on this. And it involves the state police. And when we heard this case, I mean, it's identical. I lived it. I know. I've seen the case. And I know what agencies can do. I know what they do, especially when people, family, friends, higher-uppers, and this is not about the Johnny Edrington case, but I know what people, if they don't have a lot of character about them, honor and integrity, I know what they'll do for other people. Someday we'll discuss it. I eventually think that case will come up. I'm just waiting for it to come up, but when it does, then we'll discuss it, and you might see why Fred's like he is on things. But for right now, we'd like to see justice for Doug Harless. We'd like to see the truth, won't we, baby?
Exactly. I would like to see his family get closure on this.
So that's where Sheila and I are at. We we haven't done a video on this in a while.
No, a sweet gentleman asked us about it yesterday.
Yeah.
And
well, we talk about it.
Yeah, you and I talk about it.
Sheila and I, this is, how could this escape anybody? We covered this for the first month or two.
Yeah.
And then we got on the Johnny Edrington case, looking up something on Doug Harless and seen the news article where Doug Asher had written a book on Johnny Edrington. We started watching that newscast and we was covering both stories. And then somebody said, well, they're in with this person. They're in with that person. They're just trying to bring up, we don't know. Didn't know nobody from London for sure. We know some people now.
Yeah.
But had nothing to do with Doug Harless' case or the Johnny Edrington or this person or that person.
Oh, well.
Need justice.
Yes.
We need an answer from Loyal County. It's time for the prosecutors and the people to quit dragging their feet. People's not going to forget about this. People's not going to forget. That's all I got, babe. Otherwise, I'll just repeat myself without trying to. I'm trying not to bring up names. I'm trying not to, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I can see where this case is headed.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, this is not a cover-up, and hopefully, the truth will come out, and people will be satisfied that the
The truth finally was revealed, and that, mistakes were made.
You're right. Good.
All right. All right, guys. We hope you're doing well. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. God bless.